So you know how the AAA industry is in free fall right now? It's completely collapsing. The push to make games $80 seems to have backfired, and everyone seems to be rolling back to 70 now. There's still a subset of regarded people that seem to think that $100 games are inevitable and they're coming. Now, what I have to say about this is you can charge whatever you want, but we're not going to pay that. Good luck. But the industry insiders seem to have another idea. While we're talking about the business models behind gaming today and how smaller teams can monetize their work, where do you stand on the looming idea of the $100 price tag for games in the AAA space? Considering AAA is dying, I mean, go ahead, do it. It'll make you die faster. It is economics at that point. The expectations are so high for those games. Oh, okay. So this guy claims to understand economics. So the very basics, like Econ 101, the root of all economics is what? Supply and demand. There's plenty of other supply out there for gamers right now, and there's no demand for the AAA slop you're making. You can only charge $100 when the supply is low and the demand is high. Like others have said, GTA 6 could probably get away with charging $100 and they'd still make a bunch of money. You're like almost every other example of triple and quadruple A slop out there, people aren't even buying it for $70. Do you think raising the price to 100 is going to make people want it, is going to make people buy it? No, man. If you want to talk about economics, why don't we go back to supply and demand? Because then you'd know that it's that this is a bad idea. A Call of Duty is at least 4 games in one. You have Call of Duty Zombies, the campaign, which is huge. The multiplayer, usually there's something else. And then there's Warzone as well. All of those already exist and are just updated yearly, by the way. Warzone's free, which is interesting that that's still a thing that's free and available to play. We've seen a huge uptick in free-to-play games, and free-to-play games come and go. They spend hundreds of millions of dollars on releasing them and then died the next day. And Call of Duty is different because all of these different games are using the same engine. Like it's not 4 separate games. It's 4 separate game modes in the same fucking game. That's like saying, oh, Mario Kart 64 is 2 separate games. You got the battle mode and the racing mode. No, that's a stupid fucking argument. And you know it's a stupid fucking argument. If we're going to start counting a single player campaign and ranked multiplayer as 2 separate games, yeah, they are getting desperate at this point. Splitgate is revamping to Arena soon, and we'll see how that does for them. But that was rough, right? And we see a lot of games doing that. Man, Splitgate is like the ultimate flop right there. The first game came out and exploded, and then it died off really quick. And then the developer killed the game and said, "Oh yeah, we're not going to update this one anymore. We're working on Splitgate 2." And then they launched and unlaunched it. Because it didn't go too well. Yeah, several compilation games for cheap. Yeah. And look, this guy wants to talk about economics. Why would anyone spend $100 for current year slop when they have a backlog that they can go through of better games? So this is 5 separate cars. I mean, it has economic mode, sports plus mode, racing mode, drag mode. We have to charge you the price of 5 cars. Yeah, imagine any other industry doing this shit. That's right. It's much more interesting to have a premium game with light microtransaction offering rather than free to play. I think free to play is probably going to go away. Wow. That's like the only part that's still profitable, at least in the AAA space. Not complete, but become more like those UGC platforms like Roblox or Fortnite. Now, what's going to go away is the AAA game as we know it, at least the Western one. That's what there's no demand for anymore. And plus, I love how this guy says a premium game, read a $100 price tag game with light microtransaction offerings. It's never light. You pay $80+ and the monetization is just as heavy-handed as a free-to-play game. This is not going to work like you think it is. Even if it does start out as light, you know it's not going to stay that way, right? Like, are you aware of that? You know that the next financial quarter, when the company needs to make line go up and increase shareholder value again, the light microtransaction offerings are going to become a lot heavier microtransaction offerings. We know the bait and switch by now. $100 game is going to happen eventually. You just won't want to be the first person to do it. All the publishers are waiting. The Outer Worlds got tagged with $80 tag and they didn't even know it. Now, this is true. All the publishers want to charge $100. They just want to make sure that they just don't want to be the first ones to do it. So they're hoping GTA 6 launches at 100 so they can justify racking up their prices. And then they're going to be shocked when no one buys their slop because they're not GTA 6. God, one of the best comments I saw is like, wouldn't it be funny if Rockstar launched GTA 6 at $50? Like, can you imagine the reeing from the journalists in the industry if they did that? Holy shit. No. I do agree $100 game is going to happen eventually because, like, eventually inflation will be so bad we'll all be millionaires. So that's not really much of a point. But they're trying to force it prematurely. Now, I'm sure Grand Theft Auto 6 could do it and they would still do gangbusters and everyone would still be excited about it because it will be quality. That's debatable now. I'll wait until I see. Yeah, actually, isn't the game like less than 6 months away from release now? And we still haven't seen any like unedited gameplay footage, have we? That's not a good sign for a game that's supposed. Even GTA 5 had way more than that at this point. So imagine if they just release it free to play. Oh, that would be hilarious. Like just release GTA 6 free to play and focus on monetizing online. I could do it. Now you get what you pay for, right? GTA Online is huge too, with all those servers and everything else that's running on it on the custom side, which has serious cost to keep going. That's okay, man. If they weren't making a profit off of it, they wouldn't keep it going. And that's super interesting, especially what we do at Oncade. If you want to do a virtual currencies on private servers, come talk to us, and that's what we can do for you too. No problem. GTA is going to do it and break the $100 mark. Yeah, $100 mark, depending on when it actually comes out. It'll be out there soon. I wonder how the Call of Duty pipeline is changing for that shift in release dates now. Yeah, I love seeing this. Dude, every time GTA 6 gets delayed and the rest of the industry rees because they already shifted their schedules around GTA 6, it's so funny to watch. Like, this will never get old to me. Does the release schedule for Call of Duty make it harder to ask players to pay $100 every year or even every other year compared to Grand Theft Auto? At this point, that takes a decade or more to release. Now, that's actually a good point. Like, Call of Duty is a yearly subscription, basically. Like, they can't really justify $100 every year, especially if they reuse a lot of the same assets every year. And once you do it once and stick a $100 price tag to your game, it's going to go up across the industry. Other games will follow. But that doesn't mean the customers will follow. Like, that's the thing this guy doesn't understand. It may have happened until now, but times are different now. The AAA industry is on the verge of collapse because the customers aren't going to follow. You can set the price tag at $100 and everyone's just going to wish list it and wait for it to be half off. I don't think Call of Duty would be the first to do it, but at some point the market demands it. Your investors are going to be asking why you haven't done this, and the cost to create these games are super high. And then when you do it, the investors are going to be asking why your customers left. So this is the problem with a lot of these current year developers. The only thing they care about is sucking investor cock. They seem to think that it's just a given that the customers are going to buy their games. Like, well, these idiots bought all the other slop we've released until now. Why would they change their behavior this time? Well, there is such a thing as pushing people too far. And sometimes I think I would love to go make a game, but but I look at the budgets needed and think I'd have to get so much investment. I'd rather, or I'd have to get a lot of people to work for nothing. The quality art directors and map designers, all these people that I know aren't going to work for peanuts. You realize like that Team Cherry is less than 5 people, right? You realize you can make a game, a good game that sells well and not require big AAA budgets, right? You know what? Let's not tell him. Let's let him figure that out himself. Yeah, this guy, maybe he's going to make the next Stormgate. He's going to make the next Frost Giant Studios. Claim he's indie, yet demand 50 million plus for his indie game. We'll see how that works.